Mike Kinsella is wrapping up the final paperwork. Kinsella purchased the Leprechaun Inn in Salt Lake City when he was 28 years old.
That was in July 1st of 1985.
But after nearly 40 years, it's time to sell.
Back in August.
The decision to sell came after Mike received a life-changing diagnosis.
Anyway, back in August, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, 4th stage. I was hoping to keep the bar until I was 70.
Mike was 67 when he received the news. He'll turn 68 in March.
I was shopping for the bar when the doctor called me and told me. And I just had this sort of surreal moment where I'm just shopping for the bar like normal and just thinking like, it's over.
Mike is all too familiar with the disease. He survived testicular cancer twice in his 30s, and 7 years ago he had surgery to remove a brain tumor that turned out to be benign.
I know pancreatic cancer is super aggressive. There's no coming back from it. And now I feel like, I have some experience in dealing with the emotions and the process and the different phases, or however you want to describe it. And it's, I guess you never get used to it. But, this time I feel like it's for real.
So I'm in here today for a CT scan.
On February 19th, Mike went to the Huntsman Cancer Institute for more testing.
How long has it been since it worked?
They're concerned that the tumor has grown.
For the past 4 months, Mike has been on an experimental drug. If the tumor has grown more than 20%, he says it means the drug is no longer working and he'll be removed from the study.
How's that?
He said chemotherapy would most likely be the next option.
So today's a big day to see if that's the case or not. So wish me luck.
Mike grew up in Northern California. He played football for 2 years at the College of Marin before coming to the University of Utah in 1977. Weighing less than 180 pounds and recruited as a defensive lineman, it didn't take long before this new Utah man earned his new nickname. How did you get the nickname Snake?
Snake, yeah, Snake. Because I was so skinny, but I was really good, and they couldn't figure out how I was able to make all the tackles and sacks, and they figured, well, he must be like a snake and slither around all the offensive linemen.
The guy gets there and he's like 178 pounds or something, and we're all looking around and saying, who's this guy, But yeah, he was a real deal.
He had extremely good technique and was extremely quick, and what he did to people much larger than him was pretty phenomenal.
Padgett and I were his hosts when he came on his recruiting trip to Utah, and I just have this picture of looking in my rear view mirror as I was driving at him sitting in the back seat, and he looked like Jesus.
Going to all the practices together and eating your meals together and winning games and losing games, you experience so much together that it just creates this bond that you just have for the rest of your life.
And so they come out and no-huddle us.
That bond continues, whether it's eating lunch, making time for a round of golf, or shooting pool. There's always talk of football, but these days, these lifelong friends are rallying around their beloved teammate.
Do something.
Oh, well.
He's been a great friend. Never mattered what you were doing or where you were at, he was going to be there for you. When something like this happens, you want to be there for your guy. And I owe you more than you could ever imagine.
I think collectively we love the guy and we're here to support him and do whatever we can to help him through this journey in this part of his life.
Oh, never give up the fight, and which he won't, so he'll keep battling this and he'll find a way to get through it.
But mainly because of my nickname. I told the guy.
So football taught me how to work hard and not feel sorry for yourself. And if you lose, you lose, but you gave it everything you had. Also, I feel what the cancer has taught me is that life isn't about deserve. It's not about what's fair. It's not about any of that. It's about what is. And how you deal with what is a true test to your character. You know, anyone can be really nice and happy when everything's going well. Well, what kind of person are you when things aren't going well? Who are you when you know, you're really sick and dying? Who are you when, let's say, you lose your business or something tragic happens? You know, what kind of, I mean, to me, that's character. This isn't ideal. It's not what I planned on, but this is the hand I'm dealt, and I have to deal with it as best I can.
On Monday, Mike was admitted to the hospital with some serious complications. His scan showed his tumor has grown, and he's been removed from the experimental drug and will begin chemotherapy. Despite the setback, Mike wanted to share his story to help others with similar challenges.
I can't control the future. I don't know when. I don't ask how long this treatment's going to last, how much time I have left. Isn't that cool?
It's nice.
I don't fear death. All I can say is that, you know, if I fear anything, is the process to getting to death, I guess. I just hope I'm not suffering long.
Mike says the leprechaun will continue on and be in good hands once the cell is finalized. The man who made Utah his home nearly 50 years ago says he feels blessed with the memories and friends he's made along the way.
I've lived a good life. I've done, you know, I don't, you know, I'm sure there's things I still want to do, but I didn't like sit around and not live life. You know, the hardest thing is not so much that I'm going to die. It's just the people I care about. I don't want them to be sad. But not much I could do about that. I have great friends and family, and I'm really blessed that way.